It's December the 5th. I wonder how many people are actually going to watch tonight,
I see six
especially with
people.
our 6 people already. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Oh
And
yeah, but you have different channels. I just watched the
yeah,
Twitch.
yeah, this is a combined YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. 8.
Oh, oh
Hello,
damn.
everybody.
Hello, hello.
Let me
Good
switch
evening.
to
Well, for us, good evening.
Sebastius because I really envy you for where you are right now.
Oh dear. And I can't even really show you anything because we are currently at well, at least I am currently at RevSpace, Revelation Space, the hackerspace in The Hague, and I'm sitting in the lounge, and behind me there's plenty of shelving with projects and other crap. So that's the whole industrial look explained. Um, so if you want to know anything about RevSpace, just ask me some questions.
Yeah, and
The
there's
easiest
even a
way.
website that you can
Yeah,
visit.
yeah. I'll type it in but I'll type it in the Twitch chat, revspace.nl.
Yeah. So let me relay that
Um,
to the other streams.
yeah, for those watching and who would like a tour, I'm very sorry I cannot give you one. My laptop is completely built in with dozens of cables to make this streaming setup work. So from the technical side, I can't really do a tour, but also there's people there, and I'm not even going to ask if they want to be filmed. So
No. No, and I think that that's a good thing. Even before the corporates even thought about privacy, this was already a thing in hacker maker spaces.
yeah, yeah, in the hacker scene in general, yeah,
Yeah. Hey, Arun.
it's oh, already people. Yeah, I need to find a way to get that chat too. Let's see if I can
Uh,
see that.
the chat is on the left side on the
Yeah, I
Twitch
can I
stream.
can see it. It's just tiny for me.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I will just have you. Hey, Joseph.
Hey!
Hello. Hello, hello. I also need to mix in some more of my own audio so I can hear myself better and not have to scream into my microphone.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
better.
really like this. Like the microphone you suggested, the Rode, the feedback is like really
Yeah,
immersive. It's like being part of the entire stream. So
yeah.
really feels better. And I used like a head-on headset, and like
Mm-hmm.
after 2 hours, like my ears hurt a lot.
Yeah,
And now I'm using like
yeah, yeah.
simple buds.
I got this mainly because I was doing plenty of calls for my school when we were teaching from home.
Yeah,
And into their students, their homes. And I noticed that my throat was becoming sore, and it wasn't Corona. Well, it was because of Corona
yeah,
because I had to do this remotely and so often.
yeah,
My noise canceling headset canceled my own audio so well, so I needed something to mix in some feedback,
yeah,
and that's why I got this microphone. And
yeah.
I'll lift it up.
Yeah, it was a little pricey,
Yeah, it's an
but
expensive piece of kit.
yeah, but it's worth every penny.
Yeah, for me as well. It's
Yeah,
the Rode NT USB, so the letter N, the letter T, and then dash USB, and it's fine. My
yeah.
only gripe with it is that it's a classic USB B connector. Who has those cables these days anymore?
Actually, I got myself a an angled one.
Yeah, same. For my setup at home, I got the arm,
Yeah,
the extension arm, and I cut off one end and looped it through, and then soldered on a new USB connector, so the cable management is nice and tidy.
you soldered on a new.
USB connector, yes, because
I bought one ready
yeah,
to
I bought
go.
I bought one I bought one too, but
Yeah.
I wanted to loop it through the pipe.
Ah, like that. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, so it's December the 5th, and for those non-Dutchies here, uh, for us it's the day of Sinterklaas, and Sinterklaas roughly translates to Saint Nicholas. Yes, a special day. Um, and I completely forgot to buy any Sinterklaas candy. Um, but it's kind of a strange festivity. It's like a bit like Christmas, where
Boxing Day.
a somewhat holy guy shows up a month in advance with his helpers, um, and then does a whole has a whole adventure in the country through mainstream television, and uh, yeah, and then gives presents on his birthday, December 5th. That's roughly it.
December 6th?
And,
His birthday?
yeah, technically his birthday is on December 6th, so on the eve of his birthday and everything. But it's so it's a funny day, and especially for kids, it's a magical day.
Yeah, actually, Jelle and Jurre, they did hook into the entire story, but not for long. They discovered the secret very soon. And
yeah, well, you have two clever kids.
Yeah,
and if they are really smart, they play along.
Yeah, that's even smarter. But they have the opportunity to receive some gifts, but yeah, they couldn't care less. So they have whatever they fancy. And they rather spend time playing Minecraft right now than coming down for some festive stuff. So sometimes we lure them down with chocolate. Sorry.
Spending time with friends is also important.
Yeah, so, that's right. I never believed Santa as a kid, but I
did almost believe in the Tooth Fairy. Nice.
Cool. Good to have you more.
What are we going to do today?
I have a question for Joseph, who's in the chat right now. He was working on his own printed circuit board for the ESP8266 for his setup. And I don't know if you've seen... so let me... Oh, the camera is off again. Sure.
Oh,
okay, and now it's my fault.
It's the GoPro again.
It's the GoPro again. Maybe I should.
You incredible hacker with all this technology. You don't have a second smartphone.
I do. Yeah, yeah, and I even bought the Elgato cam. They had it on sale for whatever, Cyber, Black Friday, whatever. So I thought, that's...
so it's coming.
No. That's like an app for the iPhone to have like higher quality stuff.
The one I use is called Epoch Cam or something, but it's also from, I think, the same guys who do the Stream Deck.
Yeah. That's
Epoch Cam Pro or something. Epoch, I don't know how you call it, but who cares?
Yeah.
So Dark Pig Duck is from Mersin, the neighbor province where he's from originally. Cool. That's a cool story.
Cool. So I wonder, Joseph, have you seen what Danny has built on this? I've put it on Twitter. Basically, it was like taking images from an SD card in an M5 core and translating that to every M5 atom. And the cool thing about this was that the way he configured it, we already thought about it. How can you configure it? And the idea was if you put on the atoms too fast, it will give duplicate IDs. So what he did is flash them with one piece of software that will rotate the ID of the device. And if you hold it longer, it will burn the ID in the EEPROM. And next time you will know this device is configured on that position, so you can use that for your I2C ID. So that's
clever.
what he told me. I have not looked at the code. He's currently at work, so he's not able to join, but we will invite him in for another time. I think Bas has not a fan, but an M5 paper now.
Yeah, I've got 2 of these actually.
2. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can order 1 or I can just have 2, so I can have something for reference.
Yeah.
But this is the M5 paper. I'll switch to my other
Yeah.
camera.
Let me switch to you then.
M5 paper demo. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's hit this button, and now
That is
you
really cool.
should have an overhead view of my
Yeah.
M5 paper. So this is the M5 paper. It's from M5 Stack. As everything we do on the show here is always something from
Almost,
M5
yeah.
Stack. It's an ESP32 based device. It has an e-ink display with a touchscreen on top of it.
Was not SPI, right?
No, this is a parallel interface e-ink touchscreen, so it's fast, I think. Let me just switch on. Let's try and hit a button. Let's see what happens. So here you go. So this is a demo app. This is a whole bunch of example code, and they have these user interface thingies all coded up. The thing I like about it, just for comparison, this is my boring old iPhone. So it's the same size as for what I consider a normal size smartphone.
Yeah.
And there's and it's just a pretty little device. On the back there is, as always, a complete diagram of all the stuff that's in there, and it's insane. So capacitive touch, multi-touch even, so you can probably do the whole pinch and zoom stuff if you write the code for it. 4.7-inch e-ink display, 960 by 540 pixels, 16 level of grayscale, so real pretty. There's a nice little reset button on the side. There is a temperature and humidity sensor in there, the SHT30. There's a micro SD slot. There's a battery in there with a battery charger as well. And you can get the battery levels, that sort of stuff is in there. There's an EEPROM in there. There is, let's see, there's an e-ink controller in there. USB serial, of course. There's the Grove connectors on the sides.
Yeah, and it has 3.
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like
so,
the core usually only has 1.
Okay.
So that's...
Yeah, so plenty of stuff there. On there, the ESP32 is one with 16 megabytes of flash, 8 megabytes of pseudo-static RAM. So plenty of option there for MicroPython. If M5 gets to that or someone else gets to that, because that's the one thing about this. The software isn't as done as you would like. There are some libraries there. There is some example code, but the whole UI flow ecosystem like they normally have isn't there yet. They're working on it.
No, but
so you can't out of the box just write a bit of Python and have a GUI app on this menu or something.
Yeah.
Yet.
Crazy says your next batch is done.
Yes, but no, because this is about 4 times the price you would consider feasible for a batch project.
Yeah.
So the budget for a normal batch is about 10 euros. Well, technically 13 euros 37, including taxes.
Yeah.
And this is, well, a lot more.
Yeah.
These are about, when you buy them, about $70, I think. So about 70 euros, including taxes and shipping. I think I paid 145 for the 2 of them. There's also in there a magnet. So you can just hook it to a fridge or something.
Haven't tried that.
I'm hearing something, but I'm not sure if it's me or you.
No, it's me.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
I was trying the magnet against the microphone stand.
So yeah, it's pretty. It's a nice little handheld. it reminds me of those old school PDAs you used to
Yeah.
have. Not particularly fast, but with a decent screen on it and just have some information accessible to you. So that's probably where I'm going to go with it. Have some
Yeah.
sort of information display with some little menu like this for like the graphs in my house for all the
Yeah.
sensors or controlling stuff. But there's also cool example code like Microsoft To Do, like you demonstrated last week,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah. That links to.
where you can just hook it up to the whole Office 365 ecosystem and just use that.
Yeah.
So
And it's
for tonight,
actually.
yeah,
Sorry. It's actually quite fast. I have one of those old HP 4700 PDAs, and that's Windows CE and is
remember those.
not as responsive as this is. Might feel a little faster in memory, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What I can show you also is this e-ink tester that's on there. I'll reset them and just do them side by side because you can choose your modes for e-ink refreshment, which is funny because you can just say, okay, I want like this, just one color. That's blisteringly fast.
Yeah.
But you can also go for 16 colors, and that takes just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You can, and these are just 4 different modes of that. There is a 4-bit fast page flipping mode, and it all comes down to with e-ink, you first have to reset the pixel and then set it again if you want a proper crisp picture.
Yeah.
And the number of grayscale levels also increases that complexity and that amount of time it takes to refresh a full screen. But hey, if you're just there for something fast, just go with one of those fast modes. And
Yeah.
if you don't care if it looks pretty, you can have an incredibly responsive
Yeah.
device.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in regards to Crazy's suggestion, if you have your next batch is done, like handing these out for an event is not viable from a cost perspective. But if you are doing this for your hackerspace or for your company, then this is a device that you can keep for a person and use for multiple years, for instance.
Yeah. It's a nifty little thing.
Does it have audio?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
But
then again, there are
iOS,
so many interfaces on the outside, and I mean the ESP32 in theory has Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I say in theory because I've only seen it being used without the Wi-Fi emulating a keyboard.
Yeah.
The CO2 in this room is a little bit high. I need to open the window a bit more. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So
Let me mute.
Yeah. So I got myself some stuff as well. I bought a. Let me switch to my desk cam. This device, a Raspberry Pi 400, which is basically a Raspberry Pi. I wasn't serious about the batch, okay. But you can use it like for collaboration with multiple people, or have it like static on the wall for your settings or your domotics or whatever.
Yeah, it's just something to mess with.
Yeah, something
you
to mess
you
with
can't
as
really
well.
mess with your smartphone these days.
Yeah,
You can mess with this,
yeah.
especially if they ever get the UI flow stuff up and running, so
Yeah.
you can just run several apps from it. Then that would be cool.
So Crazy's asking, is there a batch team firmware coming up?
You need to poke on the Jan for that because I am nowhere near knowledgeable enough to make this work. It's possible because it's I mean it's an ESP32, so yes, it's possible.
Yeah,
But every single driver needs to be hooked into the platform, and Yeah,
And the good thing is that all the pin out is very well documented, so you can get the diagrams to see what is connected,
yeah,
but you still have to get the drivers for the devices that are not used for a batch, such as the e-paper.
yep.
Yeah. I got myself a Raspberry Pi 400 a while ago, just as a gadget, but I'm using it more and more as my desktop machine, as it is very easy, very fast. And I was doing a challenge on this batch. So let me put it under here as well. So this is the... I'm using the stock OS Raspbian. Currently, I installed RetroPie, and I have been playing the entire day, and I'm currently in the background still renaming ROMs and doing all kind of cleanup on the device. I bought a USB stick that was 256 gigabyte for I think 30 euros, which was 200 megabyte per second read speed. So yeah, it's really decent. So it fits all in the back of the device. So I think you can barely see it. It's here, it's sticking out a little bit.
So you made your own universal emulation computer.
Yeah, and now it's like my time machine, since I was able to go back in time when I was a little boy and creating assembly code on a Philips VideoPack G7000, and I found the ROM that they used to create the code. So you had to search for the proper opcode with a mnemonic, and you had 99 steps of assembly to move your name over the screen in different colors with a simple beep. But yeah, it's like my first experience coding. And cool. I was using it as well to hack my the challenges, and these challenges were actually meant to do reverse engineering, but I thought, well, why do reverse engineering if you can automate it? So I used the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi to emulate the button presses on the batch, and I was able to became first on last week, I think Sunday evening. But then I was working, and now I'm behind again. So I really need to work on coding for the ESP8266. So what you can do, there's like an ESP tool that you can use to either flash it or to retrieve the software from it. But I thought
that's the standard expressive.
The Python script.
Yeah.
I thought that you somehow needed to create like a binary from it, so either convert it or use a binwalk to extract like a piece of software from it. But actually you need to read in the entire piece of code, and then it will figure out what to do with it on either IDA Pro or on Ghidra. So I have two challenges left to do. One is where they have used the EEPROM on the batch, and I need to alter a value so that I am a higher rank. So the thing that I can do is find a piece of code that creates EEPROM to see where the EEPROM is actually stored, and create another piece of code to obtain the code from there. And the other one is using the SPIFS FS, and that needs a file on a certain place. So I can flash it with another piece of code to put the file there, and then run the original code again. So I'm like swapping the stuff up and down. But yeah, wow. Having fun here.
That's good.
Oh, and I got some other stuff. So I got, I got these ones, and although it looks like a Raspberry Pi, it is a somewhat different Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. I think I know where you're headed.
So this is a Raspberry Pi compute module.
Ooh.
And this is one with some black pieces on the back. So this actually has 32 gigabyte eMMC memory. So there's no need for an SD card anymore. You can directly write to this piece of... that's probably me with my...
No, the someone here in Raspberry is using a drill.
Okay. I cannot hear it on...
Good.
So that's good. So I have...
Yeah, Zoom filters out a lot of crap.
Yeah. I have 7 of those babies. Because they are out of stock everywhere. Since Turing Pi did a rerun on their cluster board. And this cluster board, those are 1,000 cluster boards that require each 7 compute modules. So there will be a demand for compute modules. So I thought, let's get the compute modules before they ship out the device itself. And only Rijgeld was able to properly get it. Yeah, out of stock since people keep buying 7 at once. Yeah, that's right. But I got my shipping notification. So it will be shipped from America, so it might take a while. But yeah, that really looking forward to that one. So I was already playing with Kubernetes on my previous Pis, and although they are still good for doing either Kodi or RetroPie or having as a honeypot, having so much different stuff on Kubernetes is quite challenging, as you will have to compile for each and every different version of the older software. And I think being able to automatically provision you using PixieBoot is more sleek to do and easier to do, and then I have just one simple tiny setup that I can use to play with. So that's like
cool
stuff that I have been doing.
Yeah, and that's these compute modules are basically the old form factor, right?
Yeah, these are the old form factor, so they have some issues, as the bandwidth of these SODIMM connectors will limit the amount of traffic that can go to the board itself. So this is a slower setup. They will come with a new Raspberry Pi 4 version that will have like a 2 centimeter or maybe even 3 centimeter cool pack on the device itself. But because of that, and because of them using mini ITX boards, it can only fit 4. And I think from a clustering perspective, 7 is more a cluster than 4. As one is a master and you have 2 like client devices.
They just have to become a bit more creative with the new form factor. I mean, they could probably fit compute modules on both sides of the board, right?
They could, but they already have a prototype finished, and they go for 4. So if you go to the Turing Pi site, I can do it here.
Yeah.
Let me switch to my window view. Turing. That will have so this is their new setup, and they will have PCI Express slots as well. So you have storage on the device. You have SATA connections, and these are
Yeah, pretty nice stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a transfer board from the one system to the other or something.
Yeah, I
This looks
think
like
so.
it looks like that just can just
Yeah.
plug in the new Pi 400 modules on in the old slots.
No. This slot is way wider than the previous one. So let me
Hmm.
go to the Turing Pi 1. These actually you have like
Oh, okay.
smaller slots.
Yeah, it's a nice design.
It's
So,
a nice design, and like for tinkering with it, you can also get yourself like an Amazon account where you don't pay for basic services the first year, but don't forget to cancel after the first year or stop your services, otherwise you will be in for a surprise. And using like the more expensive things, so like you can use uh, MySQL one, but if you get like a SQL Server one, then you will be billed for it. And this is like something that you can do at your home and create stuff. And also, I'm clicking it away. It features 7 times 40 pins GPIO. So
I
imagine what
am.
you can do with that.
Yep.
Yeah, and what they do is they have like a flash port on the board. So since there's no slot on the board for provisioning them, you can use the first slot and put the software on the device if you don't want to put it over Pixie Boot, for instance. It's
Cool.
like the configuration board. But yeah, this will take a couple of weeks, and then should be all fine.
Nice.
I hope to see some progress.
Yeah, I told him what I am thinking of doing trying to get a serial terminal running on the M5 paper, so I can just connect it to a Raspberry Pi or a Pi 400
Yeah,
at some point. Not there yet because a proper serial terminal for a Linux system is hard. There's a
yeah,
lot of stuff that needs to go in there. So,
yeah.
but I'll try and hook something up.
But
Um,
used as a screen or really as a
yeah, you just use
terminal?
it as a serial terminal display. So just have it on there over either over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or just wired up. I mean,
Cool.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
The So let me switch to this because in the meantime I've finally gotten a development toolchain ready for the M5 paper. So what you see here is VS Code. In the background, I have a terminal window with Platformio, and I just loaded up a bit of example code. And that's the example that reads the temperature and humidity sensor, so the SHT30. So what it does here in the setup, it begins that sensor, the whole M5 thing. It rotates the display, I assume. It clears it. It creates a canvas. So where can we draw? And then it should just read the sensor. So I'm just going to hit Platformio run, and let's see if it compiles and if it will flash to it.
Do you need to like clean the text that was before there?
You mean the old code?
No. I mean, if you're painting temperature on the display, do you need to like
Oh, that.
create the
I have no
previous
idea.
text?
So let's see what this example does. Oh, it actually does a thing, but it's tiny for you.
Yeah.
Let me try if I can. No, can't zoom in any further. Well, I can move it and far closer to the camera.
Yeah. That is really sharp.
Yeah, so it is working and
Yeah.
it's updating.
And it seems that draw string is getting rid of the old values, like updating locally.
Yeah, it's let's see if there is a clear in there. No, it just updates it and then
Yeah.
it's fine, apparently.
Cool.
Oh, my camera crashed for some reason.
2,
Let's see if
4,
it comes
6,
back.
8, 10 lines of code.
Yeah, well, 10 lines of code and a shit ton of libraries behind
Yeah,
that, of
yeah,
course.
sure. Like the M5, if I include that in a compile, it will like take forever to compile. I
Yeah.
know that it's like a
Okay, so
lot inside. But like
my
from a user
camera,
perspective, it's easy
yeah,
to create a piece of code.
it's relatively easy. So, well, you also have a programming project, so we both have a project for tonight.
Yeah.
My goal is to probably combine some crap from different projects or either connect it through Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah.
Just have it do something simple. I'm not sure yet, but
Yeah,
yeah.
last week I used the thing where you could connect to Wi-Fi and get a image from there that was painted on the e-paper, and that was also like 7 lines of code. It was in the example files.
Yeah, the whole get a picture from the internet and do stuff with it. Yeah, I know. That's cool. That was a cool example.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really crisp.
Yep. Yeah, it's 960 pixels vertical, 540 across. So yes, it's basically like a modern smartphone resolution. So.
Oh, an ESP32 cam. That is cool as well. That you're using.
Do what with an ESP32 cam? Oh, yeah. Oh, but you can go a lot faster with the ESP32 cam, if I remember correctly. I used to have 2 lying around here, but they have disappeared. Not sure where they are. So yeah, what's your programming project for tonight, Gilles?
So I thought let's take a look at what Danny had created. Take a look at his GitHub and see if I can get it working here.
Cool. Yeah, and for those that didn't see Gilles' Twitter feed, I mean, there are probably some people in the world who haven't seen your Twitter feed, but not many. Can you put the M5 matrix on the main screen?
It's on here, and let's
Yeah, that's better. So what Danny made was a piece of code that got a picture and then chopped it up into 16 chunks for the M5 matrices, and then those M5 matrices displayed the picture. It was really cool.
Yeah. Maybe I can even show the video.
You probably can. And else we'll just have to get this code running.
Yeah. No pressure. Where is it? Searching my Twitter feed, but I probably should search Danny's Twitter feed for this.
Might be easier since you tweet a lot.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was quite low for a while.
And you seem to have a new nickname for some reason.
Yeah. There's this thing with getting verified on Twitter, and there's one person that tries to get verified and was rejected because there were not enough clones of that person. And
yeah, that was Ian Coldwater.
Ian Coldwater.
Right? I see the picture in your top left.
Oh yeah, let me
just need to
switch to the correct view. Pikachu. So that's
yeah, it's really cool.
Really cool. So
it's insane to use 17 ESP32s for this. But
most expensive
really cool.
LED board ever. Yeah. If view code, Yillis M5 matrix, atom slave 1. Am I sharing the screen? Yeah, I am. 17 for initial address, as we have 16. A request. So I think we need to compile it with this one, and you need to press it for 2 seconds to burn the code in here. So then I do need to get them all off. There should be like a way to do an over-the-air on this.
Yeah, if you have over-the-air enabled, yes, you could.
Yeah.
But that just requires a bit more time.
Yeah. Let's see if at least we are able to replay this one. Oh, but he also used a core. So I need a core as well. Takes a while to get them all off. Okay.
Yeah, Joseph, but I'm not sure if the M5 Atom has the programming pins, so the RX, TX, and GPIO0 broken out on the back side. Oh.
Mass programming, nice.
Yeah. And that is impossible because of the protocol.
Yeah.
And people are suggesting that you do the entire Advent of Code puzzles using the Matrix. Crazy? You first.
Yeah. I'll share the API key, so go ahead. Yeah.
Well, Joseph, there are scenarios where it would be possible. The thing is, the ESP32 does a bit of back and forth but with the host computer to set the protocol and have some status updates and everything. So that would be impossible.
So what was this again? File, save as.
Cool, Joseph. Let me know how that works out for you. But yeah, start off with 2 of them. And maybe disconnect the TX line from one of them. Not entirely sure.
File, save. Tools, board.
I think custom programming code on the PC would be required so it can run without expecting a response from the ESP. Yeah, probably.
Oh. This is not a fire. This is a Stixie. I selected the wrong destination device, so need to do that again. Can I abort this?
I think with a nice little FPGA and stuff, you can probably make a very multiple ESP programming thing that runs the 16 devices asynchronously.
Yeah.
Also, someone is using the vacuum cleaner here at the rest space, so sorry about the noise.
Oh, I thought it was my machine humming very hard because he's on 100%.
Yeah, let's see how the MacBook is actually not overheating yet, which is kind of amazing. MacBooks overheat when you even look at them closely.
Yeah.
Let's see what CPU percentage I'm using at the moment. Huh. All of the CPU. Oh, God.
You started Chrome too?
No, so OBS is using 120%. Something called Windows Server is using 80%.
Yeah.
Zoom is using 60%. So yeah. Well, that's why I buy the good machines, not the crap ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Joseph, what kind of MacBook do you have? Which model is it? Are you just missing the screws, or is it an Apple fault? The late 2013, the 15-inch Retina. Ooh, oof, oof, oof. So why is that heatsink not connected? I mean, the 2011 MacBook Pro 15-inch was a disaster with the video chip dying. But the 2013 didn't have many issues, I think, except for the display which peeled off, stain gate thing.
Arrow compiling board.
Oh.
What did I forget?
I think Joseph is crashed or something. He didn't respond anymore. Oh well. Oh, and Crazy is asking if your microphone is plugged in all the way. It's a digital microphone, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Mine?
Yeah. Apparently you sound a bit one-sided or something.
Yeah, but I saw some warnings about my encoding not working anymore.
Oh.
It had a hard time.
Yeah. Okay, so Joseph, there is a pad on the PCB for the screw threads to be soldered onto it, pulled away from the PCB. Factory defective. Oh, and your audio is back as it should be. Oh, well, you fixed it. I don't know what you did, but you fixed it.
For me, it was done fine. Compiling.
For me, it was fine all the time, by the way. So
okay.
It's interesting, all these audio mix-ups. But yeah, Joseph, you can probably resolder that, right? You can probably resolder that, if you can find one.
I have a donor MacBook.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. Well, to be blunt, to be totally honest, yes, it is scary. but it's having a piece of cardboard as your main heatsink compression is also kind of scary. Because that will cause a lot more issues down the road. Also, did you buy, you probably bought it secondhand to find this factory defect, right? Ah. Apparently I was blasting full stereo through both speakers at crazy, but your left side dropped out a bit. I have no idea.
Okay.
But it all fixed itself magically,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Which is a good thing because
Nice.
months into this whole
Yeah.
COVID advance, oh, you bought it new months after purchase from Apple. I don't know about you, Joseph, but I think you live in the European Union, which entitles you to
2
having
years.
a properly working product for a long time. I mean, this is not America, my friend. And if it's a 2013, so it's 7 years old already. Yes, it was expensive. It is not anymore. So just repair the damn thing. Oh. Yeah. That's also a violation of European law, Joseph. And you should not let Apple get away with crap like that. Yes, you should have argued. You should have been obnoxious in that store. Friendly, but very clearly that you will not leave unless they fix their problem. But do you still have that standoff? Because it's relatively easy to solder. If you still have that part, then it's doable. So, Yillis, how are you progressing?
I flashed one device.
Cool.
But I might need the Stack Master to be installed. So I'm doing the Stack Master first, which is the M5 core. Hello.
Hello.
Where are you? Core, yeah. And I need an SD functions. Okay. Sure. Come on. Save as. Somewhere in Stackmaster. Oh, this is the one. sdfunctions.h. In Arduino, Stackmaster, SD functions. Save. Compile. Oh, maybe I should look at the port. Yeah, it's different. Okay.
Ripping out a MacBook keyboard was fun because it's held in with 100 or so rivets. You're meant to replace the whole top case, but it seemed wasteful for 3 failed keys. Yes, and you even have a, I mean the 2013 Retina had a pretty decent keyboard. You're very lucky you didn't have the butterfly keyboard. It's the main reason I didn't upgrade my laptop for 5 years, just to await them to get rid of that shit keyboard. It would have been the main reason not to buy an Apple computer after my 2015 MacBook. But they changed it, and I upgraded.
It would probably take less time to do this on forehand, but where's the fun in this? Now you will see all my mistakes.
let's let people see us struggle with this this stuff. Yeah, that's how this works.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you caused keyboard damage. Yeah, and that's only fair that you repair your own mistakes. That's totally cool. Oh, but you ripped out the keyboard before you went to the Apple store, or after? Oh, I think I know what I did wrong.
Actually have no ID. Yellow's Matrix. Slave not found. Slave number 1, 2, 3, 4, 17.
Mm-hmm.
So, showing picture. It's probably not okay. So I should take the SD card out. Find myself a dongle to provision it with something. It is a complete and utter mess here.
Yeah, Joseph, the Apple repair pricing is bonkers. Let's leave it at that. Bonkers. The most interesting repair I had was a 2012 Retina unit, also 15-inch, I think, where there was one chip in the center of the logic board that became unstuck, and it caused a few problems. Apple's fix for that was adding a rubber pad on top of it, and just compressed it back down. And when you looked under the microscope at the solder joints on that chip, you could just get a toothpick and poke away the solder. It was putty, silly putty. That's the best way to describe that solder joint. So after replacing all the solder joints on that chip, the MacBook lived happily ever after. They said that taking off the case is what pulled the heatsink off, which is not true. Yes, that is total bullshit, and you should not have taken that. You should not have accepted what they said to you. But that is the UK, and I am familiar with Dutch law. I'm unfamiliar with UK law. But in the Netherlands, it's completely okay for you to open your own computer. It's less common these days. But there have been in the 80s and 90s have been various lawsuits regarding people, regarding warranty for computer components. If you open up your PC and upgrade it yourself, they put a little warranty sticker over one of the screws. You were not allowed to plug in add-on cards, which was normal back in the day. It still is, but back then it was more normal. Oh, that's a rainbow.
Sort of, yeah.
So, you're now filling an SD card or something?
Yeah. At least I'm creating a BMP file, as the software states that I should need one.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Is there like a name of some kind? valid file names. Count the valid file names.
So you got both. You got the master controller running.
Yeah.
And already one of the
I
entities?
compiled one. Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm wondering what the
What's the
name of the
problem?
file is.
Oh, Joseph is asking, is the SD card formatted to FAT32?
Yeah, I think so. It already has like information on there from M5, so it's not.
Oh, if it works with an M5, then sure.
It works for an M5. It's more that I'm looking at the file format that this one expects. Let's go with 1.bmp.